This is Serious Discussions, where we discuss serious business seriously. Very seriously. Hello, and welcome to this episode of Serious Discussions. This was originally supposed to come out in June, but as with a lot of other stuff, I just haven't gotten around to filming and editing it. So now I will film and edit it and upload it before the end of July, whenever the date I upload it. So this serious discussion, like I said in the last episode, will be a serious discussion on my thoughts on books, not video games like they have been, although video games will come back in some more serious discussion episodes, but books. And it will be about what I think about paperbacks versus hardcovers versus ebooks. So we'll start with ebooks. Here's my Kindle. I got it as a Christmas present back in 2010, actually. My Kindle 3, aka keyboard. I buy books on this and iBooks, and I read between both of them. I like Kindle probably more in the sense that this e-ink screen is better suited for reading during the day when there's light out. A lot of times I try to exercise each day unless it starts raining or something, which has been doing a lot lately. And I usually read a book, either a paperback or a Kindle book. And of course I can read these while walking, but reading something on my iPod Touch or iPad with iBooks isn't very good because the sun and the screens with the LCDs glare off and stuff. So since Kindle can be read on the iPad as well as a e device, I prefer it to that. I'm planning to get a Kindle Paperwhite soon. I might wait for the next refresh of Kindles. Although as far as I've seen, there's nothing really probably coming this time. Maybe colors, but really, what would I use it for? But I'll probably wait if they announce it soon. I don't know. I do like iBooks more in one aspect, and that's the collections. With the collections on it, you can rearrange them in any order. Whereas with this, when you make a collection, the books are only rearranged in the order you last read them, or checked them out, clicked on them, whatever. They might be changed in the Kindle Touch or Kindle Paperwhite. I don't know. Like I said, I only got a Kindle keyboard right now. But as far as I've seen, it doesn't. There's not even no collections on the iPad app. So yeah, the collections are better on the iBooks. But of course, the main reason you would want to go digital is having all your books in a simple little device like this. I mean, right now, I got a collection of finished books, and it shows that I've read 90 of them. So 90 books since I got this in 2010. And yeah, I got the fact that I got more than 90 because I got a whole bunch of books I haven't read yet. I always get to around to them sooner or later though, but just having so many books on such a small device, I mean, it's smaller than pretty much any book. And with a lot of books, it becomes complicated when you have to turn them. Because, like this, it kind of gets awkward trying to read it unless I'm in the bed here and hold it down like this. But it gets awkward trying, because a lot of the words are kind of cut out on this side unless you pull all the way through, and it's just uncomfortable. On that side at least, if you do it like that, this side becomes a lot more readable than that side. So 50% of the time, it's hard to read books, whereas with this, 100% of the time, it's easy to read them, it's comfortable to read them. Hard books doesn't have this problem since it doesn't bend over like this, but of course hard covers are a lot heavier, which is particularly bothersome when I'm trying to walk. So yeah, this doesn't become a problem like halfway through the book where you can do it on both, but it might become a problem at the end when the reverse section happens, if you understand what I mean. But of course, it's awesome having all of my digital books in a simple device on here on my iPad with iBooks. But I really like video games. At least lately, I've been wanting to get even some PlayStation Plus games that I've gotten for free. I wanted to get the physical version just to collect if I plan to play through that particular game. And I like collecting stuff. The problem with books as opposed to video games is that books take up a lot more space. I don't have a lot of space to put them, so sooner or later I'm gonna have to, until I get more shelves or something or more space, I'm gonna have to actually put them in boxes. That's the way I'm going. Okay, with paperbacks, it depends. Paperbacks. So I've said my thoughts and what the general thing about what's good about digital books. And of course, if you ever lose your Kindle, you still got access to all your books because of the account system. Unless, well, I guess the person that would stole it would have your password, or they wouldn't have it, but they would still buy stuff. I guess you could unlink it from the website if you were quick enough, but yeah. If anyone stole these, they're gone for good. But, or if they get burned or whatever. But it's worth it for me, worth the risk. With paperbacks, in terms of just hardcover versus paperbacks, with paperbacks, it depends on the type of paperback. As you see here, I've just read through this book, and this entire thing here, the spine or whatever it's called, is completely bent over. This also happened with another book, The Snowfly, that I read, which was one of my good reads, first reads. It's completely bent over, and I don't have it with me, but I read This Is the Kitty Goes to Washington by Kelly Vogue, or however you pronounce it, and it's number 2 in the Kitty Norvo series. I've read number 1, and I also have this problem because there's that same materials and everything, but it actually went back to normal after about a week or two. So this ain't a permanent problem most of the time. If you leave it alone, it'll go back to normal. But I just read through this like 2 days ago. Road to Nowhere by Christopher Pike. Christopher Pike's my favorite novel. Read pretty much any of these. I highly recommend this one. This is a good one to start with. Road to Nowhere. I read this just a couple of days ago, and as you see, there's no problem at all with this one. I don't know how that really works. This kind of feels like it's mostly made out of the same material too. I guess a bit stronger, a bit heavier. So no problem with that. Of course, you still have the problem of making it uncomfortable to read by doing that. But yeah, of course, hardcovers. If you're not gonna like read while you walk, like I do, hardcovers may be for you if you just read while you're sitting down like this. The thing, so I'm just going to go with, this is Little Star by John Avid, I don't know how you pronounce his name. Just search for Little Star, and if the book doesn't pop up, this is the cover, then just search for Let the Right One In, click on the author's name, and then you'll find Little Star. I don't know how many Little Star books there are. I would imagine a lot with the same name, maybe. I don't know. But, these are sturdy. Hardcovers are very sturdy. They would last longer without getting ruined unless you spread water over them. Well, the same thing with paperbacks. They don't really suffer in terms of making it uncomfortable to read by pulling it over. You can pretty much just read like that while you're sitting and it'll be fine. But, of course, they're heavier if you're holding them. But I've always, in my personal opinion, whether I want to buy a book in hardcover or paperback depends on a few things, namely price. If the hardcover is usually higher, I mean it usually is, but if it's a lot higher, I might not get it. But also the length of the book. If it's a shorter book like this, 200 pages, and this is a 342, I would usually go with a paperback for the shorter books. Of course, I usually like the design of them more and stuff. But for really long books, a paperback kind of gets messy for long books. Goes here. Oh, I don't want. I shouldn't get this out. I shouldn't get this out. Here's Remember Me, another Christopher Pike book. Awesome book. This is 3 books in one. Remember Me 1, 2, and 3. But as you can see, it's like 700 pages altogether, and it is huge, and it's really just. I mean, it's really uncomfortable to read a big paperback like this. So if it's a long book, I prefer hardcover as opposed to a paperback. The one thing that confuses me and that I hate about hardcovers is this. Why is the cover not on the book? Look, see this right here? It should be right here. There's nothing on here. It's blank. Why would you have a little piece of paper for this? I don't understand. Why don't you just print it on the hardcover? Is it impossible or something? I figured it wouldn't be. I mean, what's the deal? Honestly, why would anyone want this little flap on the book? Why wouldn't they just put the cover on the book? That's the one thing I don't understand about hardcovers, and the one thing that I hate. I mean, you can't even read it with the cover on there. You have to take it completely off if you want to read it, because it just gets in the way. So yeah, you're reading a book, and if you're someone like me who just, when you're quit reading or something, or right before you start reading, you like to look at the cover just because the cover's so awesome. Oh, you can't, there's nothing there. No cover. Of course, you can't do that with eBooks too, or I guess you can with iBooks. But seriously, there's nothing there. Whose ideal is it to have every hardcover have a little flap for a cover? I mean, am I a minority of this? I haven't Googled the opinion on this or why it's like this. But what's the deal? Why would anyone like this? Look at it. Just put it on the book. Just put it on the book. Okay, so in terms of ebooks versus physical books, it just depends on whether you want to own the book. Even you may think you own it on Amazon, but you never know what could happen to a book. I've seen a lot of books delisted. I think when they delisted a book that you can still download them, re-download them. It definitely doesn't delete them remotely from my Kindle, but I don't know if you can re-download them. I haven't tried it yet. So I guess it's a bit more reliable, and just in case like the service ever shuts down, I really don't think the Kindle service would ever shut down. At least I don't think iBooks, at least not anytime soon, not in our lifetime, unless maybe you're really young. It's probably more convenient for you, to have everything on one device, and that was me too. Like a year ago, but more and more, I just want to own the stuff. I want the physical stuff. So if you want to own stuff, I would recommend not going exclusively hardcover or paperback, but going both. Going hardcover for long books just because it's better that way, and then going, paperback for shorter books. In my opinion. So yeah. I think that's about it for this discussion, the serious discussion. I hope you've enjoyed the serious discussion. I do not know when I'll do another episode. When I do, it'll probably be about video games again, because video games are my main thing. But I'll do more serious discussions on books and everything. And yeah, thanks for watching this serious discussions. If you like this video, check out my other videos, and if you like all them, then please subscribe. Until next time, wahoo! Thanks for watching. Thank you. Thanks. Did anyone watch this?
If you like this video, then please subscribe. More videos about books coming soon, even though most of my videos are about video games at the moment. And yeah, just hope you had fun watching.